Hi, BookTube. So it's been a while since I've done a Friday Reads. It's been a while since I've done, more than a couple videos here and there. And that is because in August I had a bit of a month. I didn't read a lot actually in the middle of the month because I don't know, I was on tenterhooks in a way because I asked my manager if I could stay on as like a permanent remote position and not go back into the office. And come to find out that she and like the HR department agreed, and so yay for that! I was like so excited. I really like working from home and not having the commute, and I can do everything in my position at home. I think like a lot of us have discovered, and so I'm just like thrilled for that. And so I spent a good amount of time like researching what kind of office equipment I need as like a permanent, like work from home position, and because I I have just been using what I had on hand when the pandemic started, which isn't exactly I don't know, the best solution, the best way of doing that. But when the pandemic started, none of us knew how long that we would be working from home. And so at first, I was just using like a dining room table and sitting at my chair and like just moving around with that. But so yeah, anyway, that being said, now I chose like a sit stand desk, which is really nice, so I'm not like stuck at a chair, sitting at a chair for so long. And I got like a new monitor and like a mouse and all that fun stuff. And so yeah, a lot of my mind was actually on work outside of work in August. uh so yeah, that's where I've been. In a way, I'm still, I've been at home thinking about things. But yeah, we all go through those like changes and stuff where our minds aren't always on reading. Like I have been reading every day. Like I said, I don't know. I just didn't read as much as I normally would. And so that being said, I finally have some bookcases here, and so now I have like three in this corner, which is really nice. And so I'm going to spend some time this weekend like organizing everything, because as you can tell, it is not very organized at all at the moment. But yes, let's get into the books that I'm reading, or that I have been reading so far this week. I've been making my way through The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. I read this a number of years ago for the first time, so this is my second time reading it. And the first time, as I mentioned, for my TBR, when I brought this book, that I didn't really care for it that much. I mean, it was just okay. I wasn't wowed. I wasn't bowled over by it. I didn't hate it, didn't love it. But I'm really liking it this time. And I have this like, and it's like clinking bookmark that my boyfriend has, and it says one ring to rule them all, one ring to find them, one ring to bring them all, in the darkness bind them. And so it has like the ring on the tassel here. And so I thought it was nice to actually use this. I don't know if he's ever used it before, so yeah. But yeah, anyway, I'm really liking this. I'm reading one chapter a day, and I think that helps not like blow through it and or get tired from it or anything like that. Not that you would get tired from it, but I remember before, like I read it all in like a week or so, and yeah, maybe that was a problem. But yeah, now I'm like slowly digesting it and like following along the story. I'm on chapter 4 right now. So yeah, a chapter a day, and that will get me through the end of it by the end of the month. And then with the book I'm just loving that I've been reading in the past couple of days is Hawthorne Alive by Brenda Wineapple. And I can show you the cover here on my Kindle. But if I click on the what the cover looks like, it just has this. Like I go to the option of cover, and this is just the most like drab cover ever, and I don't know why it's like that. And because you can see obviously from the stamp on here that this should be the cover. Anyway, I am really enjoying this book. It's making me want to reread The Scarlet Letter and The House of Seven Gables, and yeah, like I'm just ready for that kind of like not spooky vibe, but yeah, I like reading Hawthorne during the fall months, and I have like I don't know, maybe like 5 chapters left, And yeah, it's just great. Although, like, reading about Hawthorne, I mean, he he isn't the most likable of persons. Like, he constantly has this like ambition, but it's all like withheld from people. And also, like, he's moving around so much because he's constantly like dissatisfied or wanting better with each place he goes to, and he has very, very little money. And he's turning down jobs even though he's like bankrupt. He needs a job, but he's like, yeah, that position like isn't good enough for me, or what have you. So like his demeanor is a bit off-putting. But yeah, anyway, I'm really liking the writing, and it's just fantastic. And I don't want to like completely like be critical of Hawthorne, because I mean, he does have some amiable qualities as well. But yeah, it's just what stuck out in my mind so far. And then as far as a couple other books I'm going to be reading this weekend, because I'm almost finished with that one, is Dead by Dawn by Paul Dorian. And this is part of the Mike Bowditch series. And I mentioned this on my TBR. This is a book that I think it's like the 11th book in a series, like a thriller mystery series. It's set in Maine. He's a game warden, and you know, like there's a death or something that always like starts off the book, and it's just very fast-paced writing that I can just like start it and like not want to put it down. Like it's like one of those kind of books. And so yeah, looking forward to diving into this one this weekend. And then the other book I'm going to be reading is another favorite author of mine. You can go to the cover here. Yeah, I'm starting to get all on my Kindle today. This one is Dancing at the Rascal Faire by Ivan Doig. And I need to look up how to pronounce this author's name, because I've yet to do it. And here's, oh, hold on, I hit the wrong button there. And there's the, plain simple cover. And this one is part of his series, the Montana trilogy. This is book 2. And when I saw on Goodreads, it's like a series within a series. There's a trilogy of the Montana series, but then also it's within a longer series. Like it seems to be like in chronological order, but like writing them, but it seems to be like chronological for like the time period, if that makes sense. And this is the central volume in his acclaimed Montana trilogy. It's an authentic saga of the American experience at the turn of the century, and a passionate portrayal of the immigrants who dare to try new lives in the imposing Rocky Mountains. The supple tale of land seekers unfolds into a fateful contest of the heart between Anna and Angus, walled apart by their obligations as they and their stormy Keith and Ken vie to tame the brutal, beautiful Two Medicine Country. And that's where the Two Medicine Country is where his books so far that I've read have been set. So those are the books I'm reading this weekend. Let me know what your reading plans are. And I'm happy for like in September, like, diving back into reading. It's not that August wasn't a bad reading month for me, because I had that lull in the middle of the month, but then like I think the last week or so I was reading like 1 or 2 books a day, and so I think my tally or like number of books I read in August was still like not shabby or not bad at all. But yeah, in a way, I'm happy to be in September now and finally getting some cooler weather. It's really nice, like looking forward to like 70s, and there's some 60 highs of 60-degree days coming up. And so yeah, I am just ready. I'm ready for that. But yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, book 2.